Hey folks, so I got my 2014 growing season underway, and I'm using my brand new improved indoor grow setup. Got a few things growing here, so let's have a look, and I'll show you how I built my custom grow setup. Now I'm sure a lot of you might recognize what I built this from, and if you guessed, you're right. I built this from those indoor greenhouse kits. I actually bought 3 of them. What happened was I started with one 2 years ago, and then I bought a second one last year to build this indoor grow setup. And this year I decided I needed a third one, and this is what 3 of them makes. I really just pieced them together to make an extra level. When I was a kid, I used to love playing with Legos, and I'd take 3 different Lego sets and I could build really cool stuff that you couldn't build with one set. And same idea here. I just took 3 greenhouse kits and pieced them together into a double wide setup. So basically there's the bottom level there, and then there's 4 more levels. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I have these set up and lit in different ways, and let me show you that. Now this is the setup I used for most of my stuff last year. Basically have 6 bulbs of varying sizes. I swap them in and out based on what I'm growing underneath them, and this works well. And then what happens is, let's say for example with tomatoes or peppers, once they get higher than this, then I just pull this out, remove that middle bar. Then I have a full around 26 inches of space, and yeah, a lot of my plants do get that high, so because I start them fairly early. And yeah, this is all under construction. I've just sort of rearranged this after I got the 3rd kit, so bear with me. Here's some stuff I'm currently growing under a similar setup to over here. Just this is fully illuminated. I have lots of things germinating right now, so these are all going to fill up pretty quickly. And then next is my most recent addition. I bought 2 4-foot long dual T8 tubes, or fixtures I should say. There's 2 tubes in each, there's 4 tubes in total. I went with this idea for mostly the reason that it was very economical. I could actually get these 48-inch long fixtures for I think $26, and then the tubes themselves were $2 for $7 or $8. So really it's $34 per half of a setup, and it looks really nice and clean. I just used tie wraps on here. I still need to level this a bit, but yeah, it's pretty good for now. And it works good with some of these things like onions and just things you're starting. These are my tomato starts, or seedlings I should say. It's good for that. I think for when they get to be more mature plants, I might need a little extra lighting, but I'll see how that goes. It's definitely not as intense as this kind of setup, which is what I really like about those, but this is just a really nice clean design, and I might actually add another row just of this kind of setup, or maybe a hybrid between the 2. Yeah, so I still have lots of room to grow, and I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do with it. I've basically more than doubled my indoor grow space from last year, so I'm pretty happy about that. We'll see how it goes. The main downside of this setup that I have is the lights can't lower, they're fixed to the top. So I gotta prop things up with cardboard boxes and whatever I find. So it's a bit of a pain, but it works for me. I just keep around all the sizes of boxes and whatnot that help me raise things up. Quite often if the boxes aren't very strong and I'm bottom watering things, I'll just leave them off the box until everything soaks in and all that. Any comments or suggestions? Feel free to let me know what you think. Have a good one.